Kawisi, welcome, Kawisi. Welcome. Hey, Tylag, welcome, Tylag.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Welcome, welcome.
You excited about these dollar pairs?
We'll get started. Welcome everyone. All right, guys, let's go and get started. As you guys know, this is our Wednesday class. So trading in the zone, trend following, and trading systems. Got a lot to go over. Hey, Juan, welcome. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so let's go over the markets. Ty, like you had mentioned the dollar pairs, huh?
Yeah, I know. I was just saying that. I know tonight's not the night for that, but yeah, it's just excited. That's all.
Oh, well, it's a crazy week in the markets, right? Lots of volatility. Let's go over what's happening. And then we'll open up the floor. As we go through this, though, we're going to focus on mindset, right? So trading in the zone, trend following. So following the trends, right? Following the trends, right? Not what we want. Hey, Wanda, welcome, Wanda. All right.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Hey, Tony, welcome. All right, guys. So remember, right? Mindset, trading in the zone. As we go through the markets, right? We want to focus on that. Trend following, right? So sticking with the trend. If the trend changes, we've got to, right? We've got to change also. So we've got to be nimble. And then using our trading systems, right? We want to use our trading systems to kind of guide us. All right. All right. So, lots of changes, right? We were looking for the dollar to go lower and perhaps move the dollar pairs lower. Hey, Carl, welcome. All right.
Hey.
But we had a big down day yesterday. The Dow was down 1,200 points. That's a big down day. I don't think it's been that low for about 2 years. So that was a big move. So right now, the correlation is, right, dollar up, markets down. When the markets go down, dollar's going to go up. When the market's going to go up, the dollar is going to go down. So we got a big push, right, on the dollar. This was yesterday, right? Yesterday with the dollar right here. The market was down again today. Not by a lot, all right, but still down. Keep in mind, we'll watch. This could be the next rotation. So keep this in mind. Hey, Charles, welcome. This could be the next rotation here, right, for the dollar pairs long. All right, for the dollar pairs long. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, we're breaking resistance here, right? We had a pullback. Usually, when we get a pullback like this, right, and we get a final break, right, a final push, that's usually really good. Now, keep in mind, and I know some of you guys went short, right, short the dollar. Be careful, right? Be careful when we do that. Always pay attention to the overall trend. All right. So remember, trend following, right? So here is the weekly time frame, right? Weekly time frame on the dollar, still solid in the markup phase. All green candles. All right. All green candles. All right. So we really shouldn't be shorting the dollar. All right. So just next time, just think about that, right? When we short, right? Just think about that. Even on the monthly time frame, if you guys look here on the monthly time frame, all right. Look at it. Buy signal here, right? Right. No selling, no red candles. So if we short, we're going against the overall trend. All right. Even on the daily time frame, right? We still had a buy signal. All right. No red candles. So be careful. Be careful. Right. We call rotations. The reason why the yen pairs and this particular dollar pair, if you guys get selling in the dollar pair, as long as we're still solid in the markup phase, when you guys get sales short signals to go lower, you can trade it, but just make sure it's on a very small time frame. So just a 30-minute, like a 30-minute time frame, because you're going to need to get out quickly. All right. But we don't even want to, we don't want to do that. All right. We don't want to do that because, let's see here. All right. Because we can get this here, right? We can get, right here, right? Boom. See right here. After every selling right here, after pullbacks, guess what? Buyers come back in. After pullbacks right here, buyers come back in. After pullbacks right here, buyers come back in. After pullback, buyers are coming back in. Okay, so be careful of that next time. Okay, be very careful. Any questions on that? Any questions on that? Any questions?
Hey, David,
Uh-huh.
where you drew the line on the dollar for breaking resistance,
Uh-huh.
it's, I mean, the last candle is already above the line that you drew. So do
Okay.
we just wait for 240 signals then?
On the, okay, so this is on the daily.
Right, on the daily.
Yeah, so you're referring to your 240?
Yeah, so like you drew a line, I guess you removed it.
Yeah,
for-
right here.
Yes, so but price is above that line now.
Yes.
So so are we good to go as long as we get the 240 signals
Yes.
on the dollar
Yes.
pairs? All right,
Yes.
got it.
Yes. Yeah, good question. Yes. So we good to go. All right. Now we still have to be nimble. Okay, so if it pull, we should be good though. Okay, if you guys look here, usually after we get a white, after a white candle and we get a big green candle, that's a big green candle here. So that's a lot of buying here, right? That's usually good. All right. So, you know, we got that pullback, right? It held that moving average. It held that moving average. Got a big green candle here, and guess what? We're breaking pretty good resistance here. All right, so pretty good resistance here. All right, buy signal is right here. We above. Look here, we above this resistance here. So we should get new buyers to come in and push it higher. Now, keep in mind, with the Dow, right, with a big down day like that yesterday, okay, that's going to help the dollar. Okay, so we should get, and that's scared that there's a lot of panic in the markets yesterday because of that. So we could get a nice move in the dollar. Okay, and Stella, we'll look at what's setting up in Monster Scalper. Okay, we'll look at what's setting up on the 240. So keep that in mind. We had a beginners class last night, and we had Gerald L. was in that class. Wanda was in that class. And a few more folks was in that class. And we talked about staying with the trend. Okay, staying with the trend and staying focused on the trend. And I gave them an example here. I'm gonna do this here. And I think you guys might want to do this. Okay, I talked about because it was Gerald that mentioned that, hey, he said, David, there's a lot going on in the markets. There's nothing to trade, right? There's a lot of noise. And he was looking at here in your monster scalper. All right, he's looking here and it was all a mess. Now things have opened up here a bit, but we were looking at all of this right here and it was a complete mess. And what I told him to do is, when you guys find things are kind of messy out there, the markets are crazy, okay, try to minimize. Now, what I used to do was I would take some paper, right, and I would tape, I would cover my screens so that I would only view what I needed to view, to see. So to kind of block out the noise. And I did this right here as an example. All right. Now, last night we had a lot of the yen pairs. This was all blue. I think we had only the New Zealand yen that was red, but everything else was blue. Okay, which meant we should be still trading the dollar, the pound, I mean the yen pairs. Okay. So whatever you guys have to do to stay focused. Okay, so whatever you have to do to stay focused, whether it's blocking off your screen, doing something like this, like I used to do this a lot, right? So that I'm not distracted. Okay, because we can get distracted, especially when things get crazy like they did yesterday. All right, now we should be a good tip. When I want to talk about these rotations that we get, they don't just happen, right? So, we don't just get in and out of a rotation right away. So when we get out, and that's not just Forex, that's stocks, right? That's the sectors, right? The different sectors, all right? So don't be in a hurry to get into a new rotation. It's not a new rotation, okay? That makes sense? That makes sense? Yes or no? You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Don't be in a hurry to trade the next setup. Money flows when they were buying the yen pairs, you guys know that run was about for 3 weeks. Hey Nick, welcome. 3 weeks to about a month. When that rotation is done, it's done. And there is not another rotation that's going to happen immediately. So we've got to rest. We've got to give the market a time to rest. It's got to go through, you guys know, it's going to go through that distribution phase. It's going to have to consolidate for a bit. And then it's going to have to decide whether to break resistance, move higher, right? That reaccumulation phase, markup phase, or break support, right? Go down, right? Markdown phase. All right. So next time, and the reason I mentioned it because I know next time, just don't, because what happens is this: money flows from one capital will flow from one group to the next. All right. Once that group is done, the other group has to set up, just like the dollar pairs are setting up now. We have to give it time to set up and for things to kind of play out. Right? It could be a few days, it could be a few weeks, It could be a few months, and we've seen that. You guys have seen that. So take profits, right? When it's done, like the yen pairs here, right? The yen pairs are closing out, right? They're giving sell signals. We'll know when the rotation is done. And you know, this is mindset, trend following, right? Trading in the zone, trend following, and using the systems. Okay, so here we'll probably get a sell signal here. When we get a sell signal, here's the buy signal here. Here's the sales. You know, let me find one with a sell signal so I can give you guys a good example. Because what we want to do, we do not want to take all our profits and give it back to the market, right? After we've had some great trades, all right? We want to keep those profits, hold, right? Take a break, all right? Take a break and wait for the next rotation. It's a rotation, right? That's why we call it a rotation. Things are they have to rotate, okay? So, and if you guys were looking to short the yen pairs, don't do that. Don't do that, all right? So here was our buy signal here, all right? Sell signal here, right? Here's your profit right here, right? You done. You wait, you take that profit, you wait, and you wait for the next rotation. All right, we wait for the next rotation. Now, we will call the rotation. All right, so I'll help you guys out. Hey, Chris, welcome. I will help you guys out with calling the rotations. All right, until you get to a point where you've got this mastered and you can do it yourself. All right, don't try to short this, guys. This is not tradable. This here is not tradable. It's not your best opportunity. Okay, it's not a rotation. Shorting the yen pairs here, that's not a rotation. Right? All we're doing is we're getting out, we're exiting. So this trade here, the yen pairs, that's done. That's over. That's done. That makes sense? That makes sense? If we do that,
Yes.
we're guessing, guys, right? We're not trading, we're guessing. All right. And we just moving. We're just going from one to the next, one to the next, one to the next. All right. The next rotation is right here. And look at the setup here. The dollar pairs. That's the setup. And what happens is this. If we're not patient, right? And let's say we were very successful in trading this, right? And we take that capital and we go short here, or we over here. All right, guess what? And we have, let's say we've got positions, right? We've filled with positions, whether it's here or anywhere in here, guess what? We're not focused. So guess what? We're gonna miss this rotation here. All right, we're gonna miss it. So rotation by rotation by rotation, trend following. We follow the trends. All right. So work on that. Remember that. All right, guys, work on that. Remember that. We want to protect our capital. We want to protect it, wait, and then deploy that capital again for the next rotation. If there's nothing to trade, we don't trade. Our stock traders, stock boss, bull master, you guys should not be trading unless you've been in a trade already. All right. Like Stella, I took a look at your trade. Your trade is doing really well. It's almost at 17, right, Stella? $17. All right. All right. So if it's in solid in the markup phase, that's fine, but no new trades. There should not be any new trades in with stocks. All right. So let's talk about what is setting up. What's the next rotation? Right now, things could change, right? But we should not be in any trades right now. If you're trading Forex, you shouldn't be in any trades right now. All right. Still a lot of volatility in Forex, so it's still good. Look what he's setting up here. We just looked at, and I'll open the floor in a minute for questions and any symbols you guys want to take a look at. Okay. All right. For new folks that are here, just follow us. All right. This is how we learn. All right. And ask questions too. All right. So Stella had asked about this, right? So the dollar index, all right, the dollar index is getting above this resistance right here. So it looks good. We have a nice markup phase. Buyers are in control. We know we have the weekly is in a nice markup phase, trending nicely. All right. We know the monthly also has a buy signal trending up nicely. Okay. This is exactly what we want. This is just a pullback. This right here is just a pullback. All right. It's going to give us a chance to get in, all right, get a better price. All right. So we know the index, the dollar index is setting up perfectly. So now let's look at the dollar pairs. The dollar pairs will follow the dollar index. All right. So we focus on here, right here, and this is what I'm going to do. I might start doing this. All right. So we stay focused on this. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bring this down so you guys can't see anything else. All right. And we're just going to focus here on the dollar pairs. All right. When we trade, it's all about focus, right? But sometimes we can, we can be all over the place. All right, so here are the dollar pairs. And if you guys notice here, we have several new up, new up, new up, new up, new up, new up, new up. So the dollar pairs are definitely moving higher. They're moving up. So we're just going to go through them. All right, see what's setting up. All right, and hopefully we'll get another rotation. So here, USD ZAR, okay, no buy signal yet. All right, no buy signal yet, but it's setting up green candles here. It's setting up, no buy signal yet. USD TRY. All right, buy signal here, but we're not trading that. All right, we've talked about TRY. All right, we could trade it, but here, another one here, USD SGD, it's setting up. All right, now I know they're high, right? They're high up here. So let's talk about that, right? They're high in that markup phase. So guess what, right? If here is the test, here is the pullback. If we get a breakout of here, right, we could get a nice move higher. Remember, the dollar has been moving higher. All right. All right. USD SEK, same thing, just waiting for a buy signal. All right, we're trying to get through this consolidation in here. Still early, but it's what's setting up. So we need to be patient and we need to wait. All right, we need to wait. All right. Same thing here, green candles. We need to get above this area here and we'll get a buy signal. You guys know Forex moves fast. So 2 or 3 days, guess what? We could be getting buy signals. Now, how do we know we've got a new rotation? Confirmation. Anyone? How do we know we've got a new confirmation? Using the system, that's what we're talking about, right? Trend following, trading in the zone mindset, and using the systems. Anyone? How do we get confirmation? How do we know we've got confirmation that we've got a new rotation?
We need 80% of the pairs to be giving buy signals.
Very good. Very good, Charity. We need a large majority, right? 75, 80, 90% of the pairs giving buy signal. We don't have any buy signals yet, so we wait. And what does that tell us when we have the pairs 70, 80, 90% of the pairs giving buy signals. What does that tell us? What does that really mean?
Money's flowing in.
Money's flowing in. Very good, Ty. Like money's flowing in. And what else? How do we know that capital is flowing in? We got the buy signal. We know capital is flowing in. But what else? What's happening? What's happening? Here, what's happening on your chart? The price is doing what?
It's in the markup phase.
It's in the markup phase, yes. But what does it have to do before it gets in the markup phase? You guys are doing good. It has to do what?
Break resistance.
Break resistance. Very good. And when it breaks resistance, that's confirmation that we've got new buyers entering the market. All right. So that's very important. So we've got to get through that level, right? Get through that ceiling, right? So we've got to wait patiently, guys. We have to be patient, right? Right? We have to be patient and we have to wait for the market to come to us. Wait for things to come to us, all right? And then we jump. All right? So we're going to wait, right? We got to wait for resistance right here, price to break resistance, give us a buy signal. Now, just one pair will not do. We need a lot of the pairs, right? 70, 80% of the pairs giving buy signals. That's confirmation that we've got a new rotation. Very important. So we sit back and we wait, we wait, we wait, we wait. All right. One doesn't do it. Two will not do it. Three pairs will not do it. We need the majority of the pairs, kind of like they're doing now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs that are new ups. So that's a new move, new ups. They're telling us, hey, they're moving up. So could you imagine, right? We have all these pairs here, right? Giving buy signals, and they'll do it very quickly. You guys know that for the folks that have been here with us, you guys know, right? Within 24 hours, a lot of the pairs will give buy signals. That's our new rotate. That's how we'll catch these moves. Okay. And until that happens, we do not trade. We do not trade. The worst thing we can do, is when we have a great week, a great month, okay, is to take that capital, right, and be, I wouldn't say reckless, all right? What happens a lot is when we have a, when we have a great week, a great month, a lot of times it's not us, it's the market, right? Our job is to get to just be in position, right? And when we are there, just like Tylak did, right? Tylak got on Aussie yen, right? And he was right there, positioned right there at the right time. And he had a great, that trade was probably what, 4 days? And, he put a lot of capital, but $28,000 in 4 days is a lot of money. And we want to take that capital. We want to wait, take that capital. Everyone here, right? Everyone here. We want to wait, take that capital. Don't be in a hurry to get back in. Okay? Because that rotation is not, that new rotation is not ready. Right? We have to wait for the next rotation. And by doing that, we'll notice that our trading becomes easier because we need a break from this. These rotations will actually give us a break. I mean, it's a lot of work to manage trades. It's a lot of work. All right, it's a lot of work. So use it as a time to kind of just take a break, take a breather from trading. And then get ready, get your capital ready, get your mind ready, all right? Right? If you're busy with work, get caught up with work, all right? Busy with family, get things organized for the next rotation. We don't just constantly trade and trade. The break in the markets give us a break from trading. That makes sense? I wanted to talk about that this evening. Does that make
David,
sense?
can I ask you a question on, for example, as long as we're looking at these charts, the USD CHF, the Swiss franc, and I know I'm looking at this through my phone right now, so
Okay.
so it's kind of small, but anyway, as I recall, on the 30-minute frame there was a buy signal on the 30 minutes, but with anticipation and the Swiss franc, that's Chinese, I think. But on the Swiss franc, the USD CHF, can we pull that chart up or?
I think this is it here. USD CHF Swiss. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
that's right. Okay, so we see right here on the 30, I mean, no need to go to the 30, but as I recall, there's a buy signal on 30-minute frame on this. So we're anticipating, like you said, like Charity said, we're looking for 80% of these to have buy signals. Now, most of the time when these buy signals come in, I'm sleeping or I'm doing something else and I miss them, and by that time it shot up quite a bit. What's your opinion on this? Is that you put in an order, like, it's going to, if it breaks resistance right there, and hopefully it will, that little purple line right there, but somewhere way up there, way above that, maybe up above 0.97 or something like that, you put a limit order in, a purchase order. And, Forex allows you to do that. Forex.com allows you to do that. So, say you're asleep and it shoots up past your buy order, then up enough where you're probably going to get a buy signal in, at least you didn't miss it. What's your opinion on using the automation to do something like that?
Mm-mm.
No.
No. Because let's say for instance, right? And I know what you're thinking. Let's say for instance, and that's a good question. So let's say for instance, you said, okay, right here, I'm going to put, you think, well, if you get a big candle here, all right, you might put an automated entry to get in here, right?
Yeah, because I'll be sleeping.
Yeah,
that's when I miss most of the stuff.
Yeah, so if it hits it here, get a big candle, is gonna get you in. All right.
Yeah.
No,
With
it
the
could get you
anticipation
in,
of a
but
buy signal, with the anticipation of a buy signal being around there anyway, because it's a big leap.
yeah, but what if it doesn't give you a buy signal? What if the candle does this and doesn't give you a buy signal?
Yeah, well, that's what, that's why I was asking the question. I mean, it was just a theory. Oh, I mean, I see what you're saying. I see the downside. Yeah, you're right. If it goes up and it does break resistance, it goes up, but it doesn't shoot up. It just barely breaks up and then comes back down or something like that. That's the risk, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to why we're using the system now. Okay. So why wouldn't it give us a buy signal, or couldn't it? Why might it not give us a buy signal here? So you went ahead, let's say we went ahead and we put an automated, I hate stop losses and I hate targets. I hate targets. I hate all of this stuff. I hate it. All right. What if we did that? Let's say, okay, so we put an entry, right, an automated entry right here. So if the price does this, it's going to get us in automatically while we're asleep. Okay. Why do we get buy signals? Price has to do what?
It has to shoot up. Well, if we're going long, it has to shoot up and it computes if there's a lot of volume coming in.
Well, it's more than just shooting up, right? This is price. Price is shooting up
resistance.
Price is shooting up here. Price is shooting up here. It has to break resistance. So if we put a buy signal right here because the price shoots up, is it breaking resistance?
Yeah,
Is
well,
it
we're looking
breaking-
at resistance over on the other side, right? Like the side where your mouse just was. Because the next level of resistance, yeah, is right there.
right here.
Yeah, that
All right, let's say about right here, right? Right about here, resistance. And then resistance is right about previous support is resistance right here. So you saying that, hey, here could be resistance, right?
right, correct.
Okay. Yeah. But what's the problem with this?
If it just breaks resistance and then comes back down or something like that, just tests it.
But what's the problem with this? With doing this? And I'll give you the real answer, right? I'll give you the real answer, what to do. Okay, but what's the problem with this? With doing it like this. And that's for everyone, for everyone. What's the problem with perhaps doing this? And I know we've done this. We've all done this, right? What's the problem with doing it?
I sort of remember early on learning that it had to break resistance more than once, sort of like touching down more than once so that it confirmed that in fact it was going to be going up.
Yes, yes, yes. So here, look here, Tylac. So it shot up, price shot up here. Okay, well, okay, this has a buy signal already. Okay, this is a good example here. Price shot up here, never give a buy signal. Shot up here, never give a buy signal, came all the way back down. The system is pretty smart. All right. There are different levels that are calculated. You know, there's algorithms built in. All right. And it's watching these different levels. Yes, can you do this? The thing why I wouldn't do this is because guess what? You don't have a buy signal. So yes, it might get you in, but now how do you manage the trade? You manage a trade, you're managing the trade without the system.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
answers my question.
Yeah, you'll be managing the trade without the system, and yeah, you'll be
Okay.
lost, right?
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you'll be kind of in no man's land, right? You wouldn't know what to do. I mean, could you trade it? Yeah, you could do that, but all right. The other thing too is this. When we catch a rotation, all right, we're not looking at the dollar Swiss or USD NOK. We're looking at the whole group. So if we were looking for this new rotation to start, we're not focusing on any particular pair. Don't focus on any, focus on the whole group, that dollar group. All right.
I guess what I was looking as far as focusing on something within the pair is that this particular one has room to grow. You know, let's say we do get our buy signal and look at the previous highs. You know, it's got a long.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Okay.
Don't look at that. Or try not to look at that.
Okay.
This right here, right? Just okay. So let's go over how this works. This right here could be because Tylac, it's dropped down so far, right? Buyers might have lost confidence in this. Buyers might have lost confidence. Say, man, it's dropped down too low. Just because it's low doesn't mean it's good, right? Right? We talked about that last night with the beginners class, right? Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's good, right? We could take another pair that, and you guys will see this sometimes where, you know, you can have another pair that didn't drop down and it's kind of holding like here, kind of holding near the high, And guess what? That might be the one that really breaks out. And why is that? Because the buyers are still holding it. The buyers are holding near that breakout. They're not letting it go. Look at that. They're holding it near that breakout. See that? That makes sense, Tylac?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So try not to look at the individual. Try to look at the whole group. If you look at the group, and as Charity mentioned, right, 80, 90%, all right, we don't take action until a large percentage of the pairs are giving signals. Once we've got about 80, 90%, then we can go and look at what has the best setup. All
Okay,
right. That makes sense?
sure does. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We just have to slow things down a bit. Just slow things down a bit. Slow things down a bit. Okay. But it is worth it. If this dollar, it's nice that these pairs, a lot of them are holding right near that resistance level. All right, right near that resistance level. Okay. And if we can get that dollar right here, that dollar to move higher, we'll see a lot of these pairs really move higher. A lot of these dollar pairs really move higher. Okay. You see here, they're holding it. Look at this. Look at here. Right. Resistance, break resistance, move higher. Look at here. Right. Break resistance, keeps moving higher. Right. Breaks resistance here, keeps moving higher. Breaking resistance here, we can get another leg up. Right, we can get another leg up. It keeps moving higher. Right, look at that. We got higher lows, right? Trend following. We are following that trend. All right. This is your trade here. This is your new rotation here. This is the trade. This is your new rotation. Stay focused here. All right. Stay here. Be patient. It'll pay off. All right. It will pay off. All right. All right. Any questions? We're not going to get into stocks. We'll do that tomorrow. All right. We have a lot to go over with the equity markets tomorrow. All right. But I wanted to go through this. Any questions here? Any questions here? Keep an eye. Watch these dollar pairs. Start watching. All right. Watch these dollar pairs in here. We know, look at here, all blue, new up. They're moving. We know they're moving. Start paying attention here, right? You got the dollar Swiss here. All right. You got the dollar CAD here. All right. You've got USD PLN right here. All right. They're not ready yet, but they're setting up. There's another pair here, dollar pair. There's another dollar pair here. Look at that. Look at that's a beauty right there. All right. Another one here. We just need them to hold. Don't sell off. We just need them to hold near the highs. All right. And with what's going on with the economy, we don't pay attention to the news and any of that, right? But the dollar, the market was rocked. It was rocked yesterday. Okay. So look at this one here. Look at that. Right. Look at that. Look at that resistance right here. All right. And yeah, Ty, like you could put a watch list together. You know, you guys can put a watch list, but do not start trading and do not let's see here. Look at this here. What a beautiful setup here. What a beautiful setup. All right. Don't trade it yet. I know it's hard not to. When it's a really nice setup like this, I know you don't want it to run away from you, but we're not looking at one pair. We're looking at the whole thing. Okay, look at what he's setting up here. Look here, really good resistance here. All right, this is where it failed before. We're gonna test it again. Resistance, 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 resistance. All of this is resistance here, right? It's holding right above resistance. All right. Higher lows, so we know the price is moving higher. Higher lows. Look, higher lows, it's moving higher. All right, and here we are right here, this one big candle. You think these traders don't know what they're doing? This one big candle got us right at resistance, and now they're just holding and waiting. All right, so good setup here. All right, but we need more buy signals, more confirmation, more confirmation, more confirmation. When you guys do this, and when you start trading heavy, trading big, and the goal is, right, to start small and then increase, right? Increase, increase, right? You need to be patient, right? If you're gonna trade big, right, which is what we all need to at some point be trading big, right? Right? We need to wait for the right setups. No guarantee, but guess what? If the dollar group here moves, if that whole group moves, if the dollar index makes a move higher, you don't have to be perfect, right? We don't have to be perfect. We just have to be in, and we'll catch a move. All right, but we have to wait. All right. All right. Any questions there?
Hey, David, I have a question.
Yes, Stella.
So you helped me set up the like the alerts, the 240 alerts.
Mm-hmm.
But actually it's never gone through, and maybe others in the group can help, because when I set it up on TradeStation, it wants confirmation from your email address. And so I will go to Gmail, and they disabled. I guess you have to bring the security down to get a third party, email from a third party. And so they disabled that feature. And I'm not sure how people have overcome that. I even opened a new Gmail account, but still, they don't allow that anymore. So I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I have a company server, so we don't use Yahoo or Gmail.
Okay.
It's always an issue. Gerald was trying to set his up and he's having a difficult time. There's security settings in Yahoo and Gmail that prevents it from
Yeah, and I think before you could disable to allow more, I don't know, dangerous apps or whatever, but now they just totally took that away.
Who
So
did?
it's not even an option.
Who took it? Who took it away?
Like Gmail?
Gmail.
Yeah, so before, even when I look at tutorials, they're like, okay, go here and just disable that feature. But now they just were like, I think as of March this year, they took away that feature altogether.
So you cannot disable the security
You can't even
settings?
disable it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what other people are using to get their notifications for the.
Well, I know
240 campaign.
Brian, we don't new traders, I rather new traders not use the notifications, but as you guys become, it's good to use the notifications because you get a sense of the rotation. You can spot the rotations. Okay. What I would do, Stella, and we have a number of traders that are having difficulty. The traders that have been with us for a while, that's been set up for a while, they're fine using the notifications, but new traders coming in, it's always an issue with getting you might, I know Gerald tried to call TradeStation. And I don't know if he got anywhere. Have you tried talking to TradeStation?
No, I haven't. I'll try to talk to them tomorrow.
Yeah, I would talk to them. And what you might have to do is, find another, if you really want it,
Yeah.
I think there's value to having it.
Yeah.
Try a different email client,
Okay, I'll try that.
Just for, because what's nice is what I do. Ty, like yours is not set up, is it? I don't believe yours is, because you have I like it because I can, when whatever moves, right? Because I run all the systems, whatever move, I can get a notification. So I don't have to be in front of it. And it's good to do that to catch the rotations.
I didn't even know you can do that. No,
Yeah.
so I'm not set up, but
Yeah, you should.
how do we get set up for that?
So we have a tutorial. Let me bring it up here while we're talking about.
Actually, I just Googled, and so it says an alternative to Gmail would be like Proton Mail, Microsoft Outlook, and mail.com. So
Okay.
I think there's a few of them that might let us.
Yeah,
I'll try tomorrow. I'll send you a message tomorrow.
Yeah, and I would get with TradeStation though to find out. Don't start a new account without first making sure that it will, it's the security, it's the security settings that's creating an issue. It's blocking the it has nothing to do with Monster. It's the TradeStation and the security settings. If you guys go here, you guys should see the website, Monster website here. If you guys go to training, and I think how to, right here, how to training videos. How to, let's see here, how to change your, no, that's not it. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. It's here somewhere. Okay, right here. So how to set up your trading email alerts. Okay. Let me see here. So right here. But if you guys need help, I can show you what to set up, but the security settings on the back end, that's with your email client. Okay, so it's good to have. You don't need it, right? You don't really need it, because if you're using, so Tylac, and I'm almost done. Okay, you guys will not miss if you're, we train on the forward time frame, forward chart. Yeah, if you're traveling and so forth. But if you're watching, if you're looking at your system, I would say twice a day, right? Twice a day, you should be fine. If you're going through, right, just going through the pairs twice a day, right? We shouldn't be all, if we're anticipating this rotation right here with the dollar pairs, there's no sense to look at any other pairs. So it's only these pairs here, right? It's only these pairs here. And and it's really, you just kind of go through them and you'll see, why I don't like the signals is that let's say you're out and about, right? You were anticipating a move in the dollar pair, all right? And we get a signal, let's say we're having dinner and then we get a signal and we just get in without really looking at the chart because we get a signal, okay? I'm not saying that, That's what would happen, but I've seen that happen. Okay. We're not looking for one setup. We're looking for that whole group, and then we're gonna find just one or two. So we want confirmation from the whole group, and we're gonna find one or two. If one of them really takes off, right, you'll find another one that is still holding. We're not trying to trade all of them here. We just want one or two. All right. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Tomorrow is equities. Equities. We'll go over that tomorrow. But give yourself a break. All right. These markets take a break. Whenever these markets are consolidating, that's what they're doing. They're taking a break. Traders are taking a break. All right. The professional traders are taking a break. They're not trading. If we trade, right? If we trade between these rotations, we're going to give capital back. We're trading consolidations is what we are trading. And we're going to give capital back. All right. And it's going to be frustrating. All right. So I know it's hard, but just try to be patient. Wait for this rotation here. If this fails, and they will fail sometime, all right, this right now looks like a pretty good rotation. If it doesn't develop into a rotation, then we fall back. We fall back and we wait for the next one. All right. Don't be too quick to get back in. Don't be too quick, all right, to give up your capital. All right. All your hard work. All your hard work. Markets doesn't care. It will take it all. All right. Protect that capital. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow in our equities class. That's going to be a good class. We're going to go through what's setting up. All right. Nothing is setting up yet. Okay, yet. But we'll go through that. I want to take a quick look. Stella, what's that symbol? What's your stock again? What's your stock again? The one that's really doing well.
Yeah, let me look at it. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. GTHX.
GTHX. HX. Okay, look at that. All right. So good job holding. All right. Good job holding. It's almost at 17. And guys, look at this here. This is what I want to show you guys. That's why we want to follow these trends, use the system. She doesn't have a sell signal, all green candles. And then look here on the weekly time frame. Look at that buy signal here on the weekly. All right. Imagine trying to short this. All right. Imagine trying to short this even on a smaller time frame. Okay. So, and I think we said we got a target. This is messy. And really congratulate Stella for staying in this trade. She's been in this for a long time and she hasn't given up on it. All right. She's been very patient with it, holding it. Right. So great job, Stella. Really, really good job. And with what she's doing here, she's being patient, right? It's going to pay off for her, right? We're looking at a target here for about probably 25. If she gets lucky, she might get a big push up here in this area, but 25 should not be a big concern. Okay, so she's building those habits, right? Building those habits so that down the road, she can go big, right? Building those habits so that down the road, she can go big. All right. So let's see here. Let's bring it back to the daily. And so she's had this, you got in at right here around 8, right, Stella?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 8. and almost double. But that's not the thing here, right? All green candles, and she's just holding. Okay, so that's what we want to do, right? That's what we want to do. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
But thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, guys.